Joining you now, outspoken California Republican congressman and House Judiciary Committee member. He should have been governor of California. He might still be one day. The only Republican who could actually do it in that state, Tom McClintock. Welcome back to the show. Good to talk to you.
Thank you, Kennedy.
So, as you have pointed out on the floor of the House, 80% of these infections are coming from home visits. When people go to visit friends and family members, they take their masks off, they're sharing chips and dip and all that stuff. And we have outdoor dining, which is essentially very safe, yet that is shuttered. What do you take from some of these edicts?
And of course, they closed the beaches and the campgrounds and ordered everybody inside. These lockdowns don't work. If they worked, why are we still watching these surges today? We've been under these brutal lockdowns for 9 months now. They've destroyed millions of jobs, destroyed countless numbers of businesses. And not only they failed to save lives, they've cost lives, increased suicides, drug and alcohol-related deaths, domestic violence, deferred health screenings, deferred health treatments, poverty-related deaths. The United Nations is now estimating that globally, the economic consequence of these international lockdowns could claim as many as 130 million lives to starvation.
Yeah, that's that statistic alone, which I heard last week for the first time, that is so staggering. And I know that this virus is a bastard. And I know we don't have a handle on it quite yet, but we certainly know a lot more now than we did in March. And we have a much better idea where this stuff is coming from. You also pointed out that one of the great comorbidities is obesity. Yet they had the tenacity to close down all gyms. So the one place where you could go get some relief and get a little healthier is now shut down.
Well, and the science tells us very clearly that COVID-19 poses virtually no threat to children, yet they closed down the schools and packed our nursing homes with infected patients early on. Again, they're not following the science. They're following a political ideology, and it's not working to stem the virus. It is working very effectively at destroying and decimating the middle class of this country.
So why aren't local and state governments doing more to help the unemployed?
Well, I think a lot of it is they have invested so much in their mistakes, they can't admit those mistakes. The best way to help the unemployed is to reopen the country. The only real relief from these lockdowns is to end these lockdowns. You know, people are absolutely terrified of COVID-19, but if you look at the actual CDC numbers, since September, they've been reporting 40% of the people who get this virus don't even know they have it. And for those under 50, the rate of recovery is 99.98%. Yeah. Now, that's a nasty bug, but it's certainly not the bubonic plague, and it doesn't justify destroying the millions of jobs and an economy that was the strongest in over 50 years.
Yeah, and you spoke also very eloquently about self-governance, which is critical. And there are people that have forgotten that people know how to take care of themselves. They really do. And people want to help each other out. They want to wear masks. They want to sanitize. They want to do all those things, and they would like to do it while not going completely broke. Also, I thought it was an interesting vote on your behalf for the rescheduling of marijuana. You're one of only 5 Republican congresspeople who voted for that, and I applaud you for that. Is that because of the evidence that you've seen of legal recreational cannabis in California?
No, it's because these laws don't work. What they've done is to create a violent underground economy, just the way the prohibition laws created it for alcohol in the 1930s. They've caused far more damage than they've prevented. And I don't approve of marijuana, but I've got enough trouble running my own life without trying to run everybody else's in the country. And once people are apprised of the risks of it, it's up to them to decide whether or not it's something they want to pursue. For young people, I think it's very important to keep it out of their hands. But paradoxically, these laws have made it easier for young people to obtain it. A deputy sheriff said, look, I can take 2 kids at random from any high school, give them each $20, send one out to buy pot, the other to buy booze. The first one back every time time will be the one I send out to buy pot because all the kids know where to get it, and the dealer's got no problem selling it to them. The kid I send out for booze, they're going to go from one liquor store to another and get carted and kicked out.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true, and spoken like a true liberty lover. Keep the liberty streak alive there in Congress. I appreciate your time, Congressman Tom
Katie.
McClintock. Thank